So I don't know about you guys, but I think the shoulder season is probably the hardest time of the year because the trails aren't really rideable yet. The snow is melting, so fat biking is not a thing. You can go for a road bike, but the roads are really gross and salty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a little wood kicker so I can, bring it around my neighborhood and practice some jumping and jibbing and, get up to some no good. I'm gonna list all the materials and all the tools that I used in the description below. I'll also try and price it out so you can have an idea of price. It's a relatively inexpensive and super fun way to build skills and kill some time in the shoulder season. So without further ado, let's get on this jump build. Things you'll need for this project is one, a drill or a screwdriver, a jigsaw to cut the radius of the jump, a handsaw to make your straight cuts or a circular saw. I only have a handsaw. And some wood screws. I have some 1.5 inches kicking around as well as some 2 inches. A tape measure. So I have 2 sheets of 1/2 inch ply for the sides of the jump and 1 sheet of 9.5 millimeter plywood for the takeoff. I also have 2 1x2x8s for bracing. You're also gonna need something that is flexible, so like a piece of pipe or a piece of old baseboard made of MDF, which you can use to shape the curve of the jump. So I have my trusty helpers, Billy and Stuart, helping me out on the bike, on the ramp build today. So I'm gonna start by cutting the ramp, and I think I want it to be 2 feet wide. So we'll get on measuring that and cutting that, and then we'll move on from there. So I'm pretty sure this is the first time that I've actually built something and filmed it. So I forgot to film the first cut. So take my word for it, I did cut this and it's nice and straight, I promise. So this is the 9.5 mil ply and we're gonna use this for the ramp. So it's nice and flexible, it should conform to the curve really nice. So personally, I'm more comfortable on jumps that have a more gradual and sort of floater takeoff. So I'm gonna build a jump that has a bit more kick than I'm used to. So I can actually work on hitting jumps that have a little bit more kick, get a little bit more air, and it'll make it a little bit more versatile too when I take it around the neighborhood and set it up as like a step down or a step up or, whatever. So I think we'll make the kicker, the distance of the kicker, 2.5, let's do 3 feet. We'll do 3 feet. And this will leave us a little bit of overhang at the back so that you don't have to brace the jump against anything. It'll have a nice little bit of stability there. It won't slide forward as you go off it, ideally. So we'll see how that works. In terms of height of the actual lip, we'll do 20 inches. This is where we're gonna use the piece of MDF baseboard because it's nice and flexible. All right, we're not gonna use the baseboard. Or maybe we'll use a longer piece of baseboard. That was a whoops. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna pop a screw right at the lip of the jump. And then pop a screw right down here at the bottom. And then we can sort of eyeball the, the curve of the jump. You know what? I think that actually looks pretty good. So this is about where my mic started to cut out intermittently. So we've cut out the first side of the jump and then we're gonna flip that over and use it as a template for the second side. Here we go. So, what would have been an easy flip it over and trace it is now go to the store and get a whole other sheet of wood. A quarter sheet of wood. So, measure first, measure twice, cut once. Don't measure, cut a lot more than once. Someone said that one time. So once you got both sides of the jump cut out, it's time to start with the bracing. So I use 2x3x8s, and I cut them in 23-inch lengths to compensate for the half-inch plywood on either side. I ended up spacing the bracing out 3 inches. So when screwing in the bracing, just make sure that the braces are flush with the plywood on the side of the ramp, or else you might have some wonkiness going on there. So when it comes time to lay down the top of the ramp, you just have to make sure that the top part is aligned with the top part of the bracing, or else the ramp's going to come down at a weird angle and it won't all line up and it'll be kind of janky. So it's always best to put a screw right in the middle, make sure everything's aligned perfectly, and then start screwing in everything else. Okay, so we're here at my local park and we're gonna give the booter a shot. See how it goes. All in all, I'm pretty stoked with how this little ramp turned out. I find the lip is perfect, not too kicky, not too floaty. I can't wait till the snow melts a little bit more so I can take it around my neighborhood and set it up in some crazy places. So stay tuned for that video in a couple weeks or so, but for now, please enjoy these huck to flats. Thanks again for tuning in and watching my videos. If you like the channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, please give it a like. I'm so excited for summer. It's just around the corner, well, spring at least, and I've got so many videos planned, so many cool riding destinations planned. I can't wait to share them with you. So stay tuned, and I will catch you guys out on the trails in like 2 to 3 weeks. Peace.